guys. Thank you again for joining us for another episode of Real Estate Highlights and Updates. If you liked our previous episode, you're definitely going to like this one. Please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and hit the bell to get notified on all of our updates. Thank you. With the housing market still waiting to some degree by the health crisis around the whole country, we're all still facing, the potential buyers that are out there are still questioning whether home values will be impacted or not. We should remember pricing of any item is primarily determined by its supply as well as the market's demand for that item. The latest NAR confidence survey puts some light onto the relationship between the seller, which is the supply, and the buyer traffic, which is the demand. The map right over here shows in the dark blue the demand for the buyers, which is 34 states out of the 50. The buyer demand is now strong, and 16 out of those 50 states is showing stable. There's none showing any sign of weakness. On this map, it's showing 46 out of the states is weak on seller traffic, but there are 3 states that are showing is very stable, and there's only 1 state that's showing very strong traffic from sellers. Putting those 2 maps together, there's only far fewer homes in the market, and what we need to satisfy all those buyers that they're looking in their home right now. With some demand still strong and the supply of home values should not depreciate, it looks like the prices will remain stable throughout the year. So what do you think? Is the home values going to appreciate or depreciate this year? Please comment below. We'd love to hear from you. If you're thinking about listing your home, please contact us so we can discuss how we can capitalize on some of these surprising demands in today's market. On other topics, let's look at the unemployment rate, and please don't get scared. On the latest statistics released by the Labor Bureau, it shows that COVID-19 caused the unemployment rate to jump above 14%. A lot are thinking that number next month will be even higher. The numbers show an extreme hardships a lot of families are currently experiencing right now, and that the pain cannot be explained in words. Anyways, the long-term effect that this is going to cause should not be overstated either. We all seen numerous headlines saying that current disturbance in the economy is still similar to the Great Depression, and many of those articles are calling it a total Armageddon. Other experts are against those. The graph right here is comparing current unemployment numbers to those of the Great Depression. Look at the current situation. It is a pause in the economy. The country is most likely going to recover once this pandemic ends. That is easy to say for you to compare our current time to the Great Depression. The reality of how long is much less than the issue right now, but its effects are very different. Now the outskirts might be the rise for our real estate market, and it's taken a surprise adjustment. A lot of people across America have traditionally always enjoyed the perks of the urban lifestyle. People who live in the city areas today are beginning to rethink their neighborhoods. The comfort of being too close to everything, such as the grocery store around the corner or the local entertainment, that has always been a plus, especially if you can walk to some of those hotspots and have a short commute to your work. On the downside, those cities are lacking one thing, like open space and even a yard. These are the kind of things we are missing while spending a lot of time at our homes. When it comes to social distancing, as we are all experiencing right now, the latest trend is picking up is having more space. Today, moving outside the city is more easier than ever, especially since we have quickly became accustomed to and more acceptable of remote working. Internet usage is up in suburban areas and countrysides, making it a lot easier to work from home. If you have a home in Staten Island, you may also get an increased number of buyers looking for a property similar to yours, and you're thinking of buying and don't need to commute to work for the well-being of your family, you may want to consider looking at homes that are sale outside New York City. Let's connect today to discuss those options. So what do you think is going to happen to the real estate market this year? Comment below. I'd love to hear from you. A lot of people are asking themselves if they should buy or sell a home this year. Some of us have shifted our plans or has put a hold on it, like a pause. Everybody seems to be wondering if this market is going to change and when the economy is going to come back around. If you're trying to figure out what's going to happen and how to play your cards this year, you're definitely not alone. Sellers are preparing themselves to move this year. More than 3 out of 4 possible sellers are ready to sell their home once that stay-at-home order has been lifted, which means more homes will start to be available for those buyers that we talked about earlier. Also, this pandemic has clearly affected the buyer's preference too. Buyers are changing their focus on areas. As a real estate agent, I can feel new desired space that they request. They want a home office, a bigger backyard, and more space for their family's health, more increasingly important. Of course, buyers who stop looking because they lost their job. Also, I have mentioned before, buyer demand is strong right now, and many are simply waiting for more inventory to come available so they can make make their move, especially as the U.S. begins to reopen. So if you're thinking about putting your house on the market, give us a call today so we can see what we can offer. There are good chances that a serious buyer is looking for a home that's similar to you. To wrap things up, take a look at this year's homeowners wish list. Realtor.com is showing homeowners suggesting some new items they would change in their home to make it more livable. Things like more space, an updated kitchen, and a surprise home gym was on top of that wish list. If you're thinking about selling your home this year and you have some of these items in your home right now, it might make your home stand out to a lot of those buyers.